Do you remember when you were 10 years old, playing soccer with your mates, watching your favourite cartoon after school, begging your parents for McDonald's on a Friday night? Well, when I was 10 years old, I started a national charity. In 2018, I'd watched a BTN clip about the drought, seeing people in my own country suffer. So I decided to act. I went home to speak with my mum. We both had no idea what was going on. So once again, I decided to act. I went into my room and wrote an email with the idea of getting people to dress up like farmers and bring in $5 to put an end to this drought. I put my mum's mobile number and name at the bottom. That was a little detail I left out at dinner that night. The next day, my mum's phone went nuts. Within 18 hours, I was on national TV, giving my idea and sharing it to everyone. It was here that I realised I may not have been affected by the drought personally, but I felt the need to help. Clearly, others did too. I also worked out that I may be small, but my voice was mighty. I decided to share my idea, scream it off rooftops. I was just a kid. That was my advantage. I think of it this way, a lemonade stand. When you run a lemonade stand as a kid, people want to support it. Whereas if my dad was to do a lemonade stand, people would have some questions. After all of this, I was doing speeches, talking to people, and I was learning. But I missed a couple speeches, I stuffed up a couple times, I failed. But I talked to my primary school principal and he told me that's not what fail means. Fail actually stands for your first attempt in learning. I was just a kid. I wasn't going to be able to knock everything out of the park. I was still learning. Sometimes adults give up at this point, but as kids, we have this great resilience and we bounce back and push even harder. So that's exactly what I did. While this was all happening, I had a team of mums, cousins, uncles, aunties, all helping me build websites, respond to emails, drive me around places. We'd created something really cool. When I was fundraising at a rugby gala day, walking around with big buckets, I met a man named John Singleton. I had a nice chat to him. I was introduced by my Uncle Steve-O. He donated $50. Hours went by, still donating, walking around with these big buckets, when he asked to speak to me again, this time with my mum. My mum came over and they had a very nice chat while I was watching the footy game in front of me. Mum tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Guess what, Jack? Mr. Singleton wants to donate $50,000. I couldn't believe it. I was just a kid. He saw me, a kid, doing something that no one else was doing. He felt the need to help. Within 5 weeks of launching my initiative, I had 1,200 schools register, 800 kindergartens and 500 workplaces, all because I was a kid. And within 14 hours of starting, I raised $20,000. And at the end of that 5 weeks, I raised $1 million. And to date, I've raised $2.2 million. I'm now a registered charity called Jack's Mates Foundation, who help Australians affected by a natural disaster. Pretty cool. Since starting nearly 5 years ago, I've met so many amazing people and done some really cool things. But my favourite people are farmers. I've been shown into their homes, shown around their farms, and eaten more pub dinners than you can imagine. And on these farmers' darkest days, they still managed to help me, talk to me, because I was a kid. We are the next generation. Adults want to see the perspective of the world through kids' eyes. So, if you have an idea, if you're passionate about something and you believe in it, do it, strive for it. Someone will listen to you. We're a generation of change makers. We're a generation of asking why. So, Go for your idea. Step out in the world and do something cool. Thank you for listening.